Three, two, one. Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Good as Gold, number 36, and I am OrD. That's ORD. You can find me all those beautiful places down below. Today is Thursday, May 31st, and with me today is Mr. Lefty. Hello, sir. How are you?
Hey, thanks for having me again.
It's always fun to have you around. This is game number 3 of the semifinals. Let me update that overlay for you really quick so you can see that it is indeed 1-1. And then let's introduce in the upper left-hand corner of your screen. It is the most beautiful color in the world and the most ugly race known to mankind. It is Benthek the Zerg.
Are you saying it's ugly to like mankind because it's an alien race?
Indeed, I did. I guess that was a little bit xenophobic, but okay.
No. Um, anyway, in the upper right-hand part of the map, we have our purple Protoss who won game 1 and then lost game 2 just barely by not quite getting that wall off in time. We have ice cold water.
Yeah, we do. Production tab shows us that everyone's just producing workers, and Ice Cold goes with the Scout. Cross positions first, gets lucky. The drone Scout normally would go south in this case, but seeing that probe, I would like to see Benthek. No, he decides to cross Scout.
He's going to cross scout because he's sending his Overlord top
Right, and
right.
just look at
So
that speed upgrade. Oh, we're following it right now. Oh my goodness, we're just cruising.
yeah, that guy's hauling butt. But
Oh,
so I think Ice Cold's going to see the spawning pool again because he's dropped the pylon down. It looks like he wants to forge fast expand. I'm guessing he will probably try again, but not drop the Nexus as soon. Maybe put up 2 cannons instead of 1, something a little bit safer.
yeah, I think if he goes Forge, Cannon, then Nexus, he should have no trouble at all, even if Ben does the same build, which it kind of looks like he may be doing as he's putting down that fairly early extractor with the fairly early pool. The probe just continuing to scout and re-scout and double check.
Oh,
The Nexus first. Oh,
wow.
ice cold. I don't know. It's a gamble. We shall see.
He's, he's, never mind. I was going to make a Top Gun reference and I said it, most of the people here wouldn't get that.
No,
Anyway,
most
so
would. Trust me.
anyway, we see the Ford's going down in kind of an interesting spot for Ice Cold. I would have expected it like, on the big ramp. But again, like if he does it correctly, he should be able to wall off just fine. And there we go. And he'll have one gap that he needs to probably put his probe in to hold, or the cannon can go there. So we see 4 lings coming out for Benthek. It's going to try to do the same thing they did last time. I have a feeling, though, that Ice Cold will have at least 1 cannon up in time. So,
I think he'll be all right. I just had a wonderful thought of something that I probably should have had up on the stream all along, and so I'm trying to do that while pretending like I'm casting.
oh, okay. And what is this wonderful thought?
Just the Twitter symbol and then my name since I'm short in my camera. I don't know. It may be a terrible idea, but luckily there's not too much going on in the game, so we can pretend like I'm paying attention.
It's just rare that you ever think. So
Oh.
we see a second cannon has gone down for Ice Cold, and Benthek is again trying to pressure. But it looks like this cannon is pretty well placed. It should be able to take out all 3 of those lings. Oh no, there's one spot, and it's someday in the near future that one ling will take that forge out. Okay, maybe not in the near future, but sometime soon.
My goodness. You may get it eventually. And now we're going to go back to the everyone cam. Sorry, everybody. Forgot I clicked that button. We have Benthek expanding behind, getting that Roach Warren. Looks like he may have been intending for around that 7... Ooh, okay, the poor little Zergling died to that zealot.
Yeah, it did do shield damage, so it's a good thing that it doesn't regenerate. Oh, wait,
Oh,
it does.
no. Well,
Oops.
still.
Anyway, so Ice Cold is pretty well set up here. Benthek is a little behind. He does have Roach Tech out, which I guess is a good thing, but
It's a really early Roach tech, and it puts him behind as far as the economy goes. So open up the
he's
income
got
tab.
5 more Roaches on the way.
I'm
But
not...
you could just be trying to bust him here.
Well, he's got no Baneling nest though, and I mean I almost never see Ben go Banelings against Protoss, and I've casted a lot of his games because he's a pretty good uh, player, and he's won several good as gold in the past. Just
Yeah. I'm just looking at it here though. Like if he does this right, I mean, there's only 2 cannons and a zealot against what's going to be 9 roaches.
Oh, that's right, because he cut the Stalker. I did not see that. That's really greedy. And the Stargate play coming up again. Looks like Ice Cold does prefer this Void Ray play against Zerg, and I'm not sure why with the proclivity for Zerg to go Queens more often now.
Yeah. Again, he seems to like really just outranging the cannon.
Definitely he
It's
could have, but going for the pylons is not a terrible idea. Now he's got an opportunity to run by with those lings. Hopefully he grabs them and runs them in. There we go.
I
Uh,
really think Ice Cold just loses here.
I think he might.
Uh,
Like, I'm not sure how he comes back, except for pulling all of his probes back into the main. Oh, this Void Ray. Never mind. He's got it. He's
I
fine.
mean, he's got one Void Ray, so maybe he'll kill off everything. But Zerglings do take a little while, or I mean, roaches do take a little while to die, you know? So,
Yeah, and now the probe's being pulled. That's okay. It looks like Benthet couldn't decide, like, should I run or should I just kill more things? And he
yeah, I mean,
decides that roaches are going to live a while. He can probably finish off the Forge and maybe even the Cybernetic Core before the Void Ray can finish all of them off. We have Stalkers coming out now. And Warp Gate doesn't look like it's going to get finished. Some Zerglings show up. I'm not sure why they're doing that, but okay.
I mean, if
Uh,
he gets he'll get the cyber here, and it looks like Ice Cold's going to be way behind on his warp gate. So at least you can say like pressure is going to be off, and it's not like
right.
the
And as
it's
long
not
as
like the
he's
Void Ray will be a surprise.
Yeah, and as long as he's split up in multiple locations, kind of like he's doing right now, the one Void Ray can't do all that much. And actually, we're noticing a supply block for Ice Cold Water. I had missed that. That's why we were sticking with the one Void Ray aggression. That's unfortunate for him as he's rebuilding his Cybercore and his Forge and didn't lay down any pylons. And actually still hasn't, so... Oh, never mind. He did lay down one more. Okay.
He put down one more. Yeah.
Now
So
these
he's
Lings
building
half killing assimilator. That was useful.
yeah, I mean, dude, you gotta. I mean, Bentech really was like way behind after Ice Cold got this Nexus up, but he put himself back on even footing. Like we look at the supplies, it's 49 to 50. I mean, it's pretty close, and there's no way Ice Cold's going to be able to put any real pressure on. It's like this Void Ray is going to show up and it'd be like, oh, I didn't see you coming. You've only have killed 17 of my allies.
Yeah, it's very true. I would love to see Bentech again go for a third. He's got the 2 queens in his main, 2 queens at the expansion. He's got 1 spore crawler going down just for kicks. Looks like he's not going to overreact to do any kind of Hydralisk play. Again, that's why we love best of 3 series for that metagaminess. We're going to follow this Void Ray as it pauses and considers and says, ooh, there's an Evo chamber. I can get that. Oh, God, queens.
Yeah, and 2 queens will beat a Void Ray. Fun fact, 1 queen beats 1 Void Ray straight up, so 2 queens
Really?
just own a Void Ray. Yeah.
Whoa, that Void Ray has 17 kills, though. I'd be careful of that guy. That's a
Yeah, that guy.
17.
I think we call him an ace, right?
Call him a master.
Oh,
He only gets to
that's-
be called an ace if he gets air-to-air kills. What are you talking about?
So do you know what the highest level is for a Zerg?
And now we have the Spire going down. I'm not even sure why we have these 3 extra Spore Crawlers going down out of Benthet. He handled the Void Rays fantastically. He saw this in Game 1. And I don't know why he thinks Ice Cold Water is going to commit to a whole bunch of Void Rays. There is a third one out, but he's
I mean,
really... I don't like his Spore positioning here at all, but the Spire will be very useful once he gets those Mutas out. He could be putting up his third sometime soon. It's a 12-minute mark. That's pretty late, no matter what race you're talking about.
yeah, to be honest with you, in this situation, I know he's knocking the rocks down, but I would really like to see that third, like, way in the bottom left. Because Void Rays are not really that fast. And if he puts, like, a Spore Crawler and 1 Queen down there, there's not much these Void Rays can do.
Yeah, I do like the Void Ray positioning that comes out of Ice Cold Water. He goes them as if they're Banshees, like early game. He's just like, okay, I'm going to do a little bit of a harass with these. I'm going to slow you down. I'm going to make sure you can't set up your third as quickly as you may like. And then I'm going to do what I'm really doing.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But that Spire actually is because, you know, Void Rays get owned pretty hard by a couple of Mutas. They just don't attack fast enough.
Definitely. And this drone takes the correct path. Victory.
Oh,
Oh.
and he canceled it. But still, that was really good reaction time by Benthic to not actually let it get killed by the Void Ray. And we see the robotics bay going down, and Blink is on the way, and Protoss level 1 is just finishing.
These queens are going to get there eventually. I do wonder about that statement, though, because the hatchery had begun to build before the Void Rays started to attack. And I know Void Rays ramp up in DPS, but the hatcheries build at a rate of, what is it, like 100 life per, like, 4 game seconds or something like that. So I don't know if it had enough DPS to actually kill it.
Yeah, but I mean, yes and no. I would agree with you that I think maybe if he had reacted right away with sending the queen over there, probably would have been fine. But as you also think about it, like canceling it and then restarting it again, he's going to get this hatchery
Oh,
with
he
full
is.
life.
He's gonna lose. Oh, the extractor lives. Oh, 45 life. He saves it. And this Void Ray is done for. Poor guy
Yeah.
runs into a spore colony and then is cleaned up by the mutas. And the third base is almost done. Already has the queen over there. The creep spread being a little bit lacking out of Benthek right now, who actually laid down another 3 spore colonies. I really think he's over-investing in that, especially with the mutas on the map. He's definitely keeping all of his overlords in his main, which is a pretty good decision once he knows that Void Rays are out there on the hunt. But it also means that he has next to no information. Can I be heard?
Yeah, you can be heard. There's just like an echo or something going on. So it's weird. I don't know if your mic moved or something. I just want to make sure no one's getting some bad feedback.
Okay, thanks. We have the third being set up by Ice Cold right now.
Yeah, so we see I mean, these mutas are a little late, but they should do a really good job of keeping Ice Cold back in his base so he can't actually, try to attack anytime soon. Oh, and that
Ooh,
Colossi.
nice blink.
Yeah.
Oh,
So Ben's actually going to get out with, I think he might have lost one muta, maybe, but
yeah, he
otherwise that was really good control from him. He got in there, sniped one thing, and got out real fast. So
definitely. And he's encountering the problem again, however, though, that Protoss is on the third base, is on level footing when it comes to the economy, and he's not working on setting up his fourth. And really, this is kind of a difficult position because normally Zerg would like to take the fourth that's directly between the two players. So we may see him in a minute or two here do exactly what you said and take a far expansion, considering Zerg armies tend to be pretty quick, especially the Ling Muta.
yes, with the mutas, he can almost respond to anywhere on the map. I mean, if he was really concerned, he could probably make those roaches take out the rocks to that one just south of his base. They aren't doing anything else right now.
It's true.
But we do see Ice Cold starting to move out right now.
Yeah, he's definitely posturing forward, and Ben needs to have some overlords pop, or else he's not going to be able to have an army to deal with this.
So
Ooh, all right,
definitely.
there they go. Good thing Ice Cold Water waited. Oh, maybe not. Now he's moving in, and we see drones coming out of Ben. The wrong moment for that, as army supply is equal, and he sacrifices half of his army here to Ice Cold, as Ice Cold just walks up the ramp. No big deal. Ben is engaging half an army at a time, and now another half an army. These are some really great force fields out of Ice Cold Water. Oh, Ben probably needs to back away from this engagement. Can't really accomplish much more. Needs to wait for another group of units to pop off. He could be engaging with both his queens, some transfuses. Ben Thek says, GG, well played, and is satisfied with, I think, I might misquote myself, but I believe he's satisfied with the $5 that third and fourth place both get today for participating in Good as Gold number 36. A good game to both
Definitely.
players. Mr. Lefty, thanks for being with me. Looking forward to casting the finals with you in just a few minutes. For those of you who are archive viewers, you're very awesome. Click on the next VOD.